Welcome back, you guys. So this is actually part of my ghostly update series, and I just want to let you know I'm not going to continuously upload these type of videos to my regular YouTube channel. I will strictly just be uploading them to my TassieYang.com website, and at the website it's going to include a lot of my blogs and getting to know me, announcements, my ghostly updates. I had considered doing a separate channel just for this, but I don't really want to be known for that. So that's strictly going to just be on my website as part of my blogs. My website will include a lot of my recipes and a lot of photos and details. So definitely check it out. But for today, I'm just going to be uploading a couple of videos, but most of them, the rest of them, will just be the series continuing on the website, TassieYang.com. So it is pretty late. I've gone to work, I've cooked, I filmed, I edited, I uploaded to YouTube. I have done a lot, so I am pretty tired, but this is going to be a brief video before I actually go to sleep. And it's really going to be, for my series here, it's going to be talking about things that a lot of people have questions about. And of course, any updates that have been happening for me. Now, one of the things that everybody always asks me as far as when I can see ghosts or demons or whatever, and just to be clear, you guys, demons are not that common. It is not common. You're going to come across them every single house you go to or just walking down the street, okay? It could happen, but more often than not, it's not just going to be a random demon around, okay? So don't walk around thinking there's demons everywhere. Now, what a lot of people always ask me, though, it's going to be about when I do see like a spirit, whether it be demonic or not. It really is just like any spirit around, like, what does it want? People always want to ask, like, as soon as, they find out I saw something or I've been seeing something, it's been following me around, they're always like, what do you want? What does it want? What does it want? Like, it's funny because I don't care what it wants. I just want it to go away. But what always ends up happening, so for anybody who ever experiences seeing something for like a split second, if you just see it for a little bit and then it goes away and you don't see it again, typically they weren't aware you were even seeing them. A lot of times you just see them in passing, like they were doing their own thing and you just saw them, right? So there are those type as well. Those are annoying, but it's not as frightening to me. So the ones that want something, when they obviously want something, is when you keep seeing them. If they keep coming around, they keep showing themselves to you. It's random places. It happens in broad daylight, you guys. It does not just happen at night. They will just randomly be there, and they really want your attention, and that's what they will do. Sometimes they are known to try and do things to not frighten you because they want something. So, like a couple of examples. In my old apartment that I was living at when I first started my YouTube channel, where you guys are always seeing me film, that place, when I first moved in, there was this man. Basically, he was hiding from me, but I knew that he was in the building because it's a 100-year-old building. I knew that he was in the building, but he was hiding from me. And it wasn't until about 2 weeks living there, I had taking my trash out and I was like standing in the hallway and my key was literally in my door to lock it, and I just stood there because I saw him through the corner of my eye just standing in the doorway, like just watching me. And I'm like, oh, you choose now to come out. And I'm like, whatever. And so I'm like closing my door and I'm looking at the ground because I won't look up because I know he's there. And then I didn't think anything of that. I thought, maybe it's just one of those glimpses. I just saw him, right? And a lot of times when I see something, I'm not the kind of person who's going to be like, what do you want? Like, no, I pretend you're not there and I keep moving along with my day. So literally after that incident, I didn't see him again in the building. However, when I was the area that I live in, a lot of you guys know it's known as Uptown in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's a very bar-centric area, restaurants, a lot of shops. So basically everybody walks everywhere. So literally me and my boyfriend, we were just walking to the bar and bam, he was right there in the middle of the road just watching me. And he was in the same position that he was. And it's almost like it was a very like his hands were like on his hips and his legs were like shoulder width apart. So it was very like he was ready for a standoff, kind of a stance. And I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm going to the bar. I'm going to get drunk and forget about you. So, but then what ended up happening was he kept appearing. And he didn't appear in the apartment. He never ever appeared in my own apartment. But he would appear randomly when I'm out and about in the city. Like, he just kept following me and just showing up. And so finally, what ended up happening, I was at my apartment, and what a lot of ghosts will do is when they keep showing themselves to me, I get really mad and I yell at them to go away. I don't got time for you. And what ends up happening though is they keep doing it so that I get used to them, so that I stop yelling at them. Because they'll just appear again and I'm like, oh, it's you again. But it's like, I'm already done yelling at you. So it's kind of like they just kind of stand there, and they do it to see how like when I'm not angry. So when I'm not angry is typically when they will fully approach me and they'll tell me what they want to say to me. And because when I'm angry, I put my guards up and I'm like, it's not like I'm going to do anything to them, but I'm just like really angry and mad at them. And I think that frightens them that I'm so angry at them. So then they leave me alone. At least that's what I tell myself, because it's worked quite a bit, you guys. So anyways, what ends up happening though is that I see them so much, I don't think anything of it anymore. I don't get as angry when I see them because it's kind of like they're such a nuisance, but they keep showing up. What are you going to do about it? And so what they do is they'll catch me when I'm in a good mood. So when I'm in a good mood, typically, like if I've taken a nap, if I've eaten, I'll be like in a good mood. I'll just be like hanging out. I'm in a good mood. And then all of a sudden I'll realize they're talking to me and I'm like, this was not what I wanted, but I already heard what they said. So it's like, what can you do? So anyways, that guy, his whole purpose was to let me know that he knows that I know that he knows I know. It's kind of like he was aware that I could see him, I could communicate with him, but maybe he thought I was going to do something to him. So he really wanted to catch my attention, to make me realize he's there, he's not going anywhere, and he knows that I know that he's there and I'm aware of him. Yeah, it was just, that was it. And then after he left his message, he didn't bother me again. I didn't see him again. He did frighten me though, where every time I left my apartment, I was afraid to look where he was at because he frightened me. Like, I'm literally holding my trash alone in my hallway, and it's a 100-year-old building, and he's just standing there. So, like, that's typically what they end up doing. They always just have a message for you. The girl in my new apartment, she was there the minute I was moving in. I was carrying boxes, and she was standing in the stairwell in the corner and just staring me down. And I'm like, I do not have time for you. You better not even come near my apartment. Don't follow me. Don't do nothing. And she kind of left me alone. And then I had mentioned previously in another video, I was literally cooking, and my bathroom is directly across from the end of my kitchen, and the bathroom looks towards into the kitchen. I'm cooking, I'm in a good mood, and then I see her standing in my bathroom staring at me. And in that moment, she scared me because I was alone and I wasn't prepared for it. So I get scared, you guys. It's not like I'm so used to this, I'm not scared. I get scared, especially if you're alone and it's like dark. But anyways, so she kept showing up. And one time when I was filming, that was the last time I yelled at her. I yelled at her when I was cooking and she was there. I yelled at her really loudly. I was just like, you need to leave. Don't ever come back. Sometimes I threaten them, but I can't really do anything to them. But it works because they'll leave me alone. So basically what happened was I was filming one time and she was standing by my bathroom. She won't come into the actual apartment, but she's always like in the bathroom. Like, but she won't go past the door though, or else she'll be in the hallways and stuff. But then sometimes if I'm laying in bed, I'll think about where she's at in the building and then I'll see her. But then anyways, so I was filming and she was standing by the door, like just staring at me. And during that time, I wasn't home a lot. Like literally every single night I was spending it at my boyfriend's house. So I would only come in to my house here just to film for YouTube and I leave again. So she was wondering where I was because it's been a while. She hadn't seen me. Anyways, so for her, she really, really, really wanted me to help her because she's lost. She's been stuck in these units for a long time, and she wants me to help her. And like I don't know. Like I told her, I was like, I'm not like I'm at a loss of words still because she like wants me to open up some kind of door and let her go to the other side. I don't know where the other side is. I don't know where this magical door is. So I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to try it. And I don't even know where these spirits think half the time that I can do these things anyways. But yeah, basically that's just it. The last thing I told her, and I haven't seen her since, we had some new neighbors move in and I told her to go see them and stay with them. I haven't seen her since. So, yeah, basically, if you keep seeing the same entity all over the place, and it's not just in your house, you could be at work, you could be driving, and you keep seeing it, you keep sensing it, it wants to say something to you. So, I think it's been about a year ago. I actually went and did a paranormal investigation kind of a thing. And it's I was kind of irritated because everybody I knew in real life, they were too terrified to go. And I'm like, really? But because they're Asian, they thought something was going to follow them home. And so, anyways, so the investigative paranormal group, basically, it's led by these people who do a lot of research around Minnesota and other states. And they just basically teach you about the tools, how to read them, how to try to communicate with the spirit. And it's basically trying to find solid evidence that the supernatural world exists, because it doesn't benefit a lot of people if, like, I keep saying there's a little boy there. Don't say that. Never mind. I take that back. There's, oh God, that's even scary. Okay, like little kid spirits scare me more than adults. But then I was gonna say an old man, and then that really terrified me too. Okay. Okay, let's use a dog, okay, because I've seen spirit dogs and it's really cute. Anyways, so if if there was like a spirit dog in the room, and I'm like, oh, he's this white shaggy dog, and nobody else could see him, right? It's not that beneficial to anything. It's better if you can try to capture solid evidence that it exists, right? So I went to this class. It's like a 2-nighter course thing, a week apart. And it was interesting because the lead investigator woman, she was telling the group how she does, don't quote me on this because it is something I've never heard of before. And I do not research things on the paranormal because I don't care. Anyways, so it's like I need help, but I won't look for help. That's right. That's what it is. Anyways, so she was telling us how she does this. I think it's called Reiki or Reiku. I'm pretty sure it has an R in there, but it's some kind of like energy type of power. Some kind of energy work that she does to send spirits off so that they, like, oh God, what's the term? Like, rest in peace. I don't even know, but it's some kind of like, but that's what she was saying. She says that she'll go to like these places and there'll be like a spirit there that needs to go to rest. And she would do these Reiki rituals to kind of like release them into the spirit world. I don't really know where they go, but that's what she does. And so I never knew that there were people who did that. So, I mean, in the Hmong culture, we have what we call shamans, of course. And shamans do something like that, but I've never heard the term that she was referring to and the practice that she does. But then, that's what she was saying. That was kind of cool. Oh, yeah. And then that ties into my whole woman here in the apartment. I think that's what she's wanting, like something along those lines. She was just saying that she was lost. She wanted to leave, but she didn't know how. She's been here for a while. And I'm just like, you're none of my business. I don't know. Go see the other people. So I haven't seen her since. She is still in this building, though. I can feel her here, but she hasn't shown up. And keeping it that way, don't come out. Don't show up anywhere. I am not going to be happy about it. So, yeah, that is your ghostly update before I go to sleep. I really hope it's just a furry, nice dog I see. Really pretty dog, even. Okay. All right, you guys. So this is your ghostly update on just really what they want and what happens when you see them a lot. All right, you guys. Thanks for watching. Until the next episode.